Hi, welcome back to Content Sports. This is the Friday 5 where we're going to break down the biggest sports business stories of the week, explain what they actually mean for leagues, teams, investors, all things sports operators. So if you want to get a deeper look at these trends and access to founders, executive builders inside sports, we're creating this Content Sports community. So go check that out at contentsportsco.com and let's get into it. Manchester United posted a $44.1 million operating profit to start the 2026 year. So that is last year during the same period, they had a $5.3 million operating loss. So this massive turnaround is driven by a few things. We have matchday revenue strength, commercial growth, stronger cost discipline within their organizational structures, their brand momentum after a few turbulent years in the past, and then they have a cleaner debt structure post-ownership change that kind of signals the operational stability. So it's not just kind of this revenue recovery, but a lot of these football teams and leagues we're seeing that have these media big funnels and these commercial platforms really outperform as one that just behave like normal teams and things of that nature. And so we're looking forward to kind of the club valuation, where the financial model is going in the future, and really to get to understand this global football movement, soccer for those folks. Then we're going on to topic number 2. Paramount execs are pretty happy with the UFC start, and they eye some NFL rights stability. So they have obviously this Paramount and UFC deal is 2 to 3 fights in, and they're happy with it. And this matters because Paramount's in the middle of a few big topics where they're trying to go direct to consumer, have that transition, a lot of cord cutting pressure, and the network identity overhaul after the Skydance merger in the past. And the UFC, it's a new market, obviously gives them the younger market, higher frequency content with fights from the UFC almost weekly every Saturday, plus this kind of global property with strong digital presence and engagement as they go throughout this next year or so. And betting on that NFL partnership as well, the continuity helps anchor their broader sports portfolio as they begin to grow and trying to get into the anchoring 2 to 3 big properties that will guarantee the attention that they see fit. And then we have the USL lands Weatherford Capital ahead of Division 1 launch. The USL secured the investment from Weatherford Capital as it prepares the launch into the USL Premier coming in 2028. So it's a big deal for the USL as it's positioning itself kind of this fully viable competitor within the American soccer ecosystem, not just kind of this developmental league, but trying to really bolster its its promise as they continue to grow. And this investment, from what we see at Content Sports, is the long-term stability in the USL. The investor belief is alternative soccer models can continue to grow, and then rising appetite for these lower league ownerships, where you can have owners kind of get in at lower cost price, and then really that's just showing the confidence in the media and the commercial strategy as far as the league goes. So it's going to be interesting as the United States and USL is going to have kind of the soccer pyramid that we see in Europe and over there, and so this kind of ecosystem's beginning to grow. Speaking of investments, the LIV Golf's investment hits $5.3 billion after the latest PIF infusion. So the Saudi Public Investment Fund has now poured in over $5.3 billion into LIV after another $266 million infusion earlier this month. So roughly that's going to be $1 million per month across 24-25. It's quite a big burn rate, and it's a real deliberate strategy as far as in their eyes. And it's not as much about making the PGA Tour flinch anymore as it is kind of building their global media brand. They did lose Brooks Koepka and a few others, so it'll be interesting to see if these deep pockets continue this ROI and see if it is even there, as far as we consider the PIF's kind of going for this 20-year game plan and kind of have this unlimited capital to build a league and expand it. So that'll be interesting to see here in the future. And then running side is Whoop expands its global athlete push with Ferrari and Al Nassr. So this is, we think, the smarter positioning for Whoop as it wants its global brand credibility, professional athlete validation as it continues forward, deeper data integration across leagues and players, expansion beyond individual consumers. And so Ferrari clearly gives them that prestige. Al Nassr gives them that massive Middle East reach, and Whoop wants to be the performance wearable, the biggest teams, biggest athletes and players in the space, and so it's kind of coming out of that consumer fitness tracker category, and we think more into the elite performance infrastructure lane. So that'll be very fascinating to see if they continue that, especially with these F1 drivers and things along those natures. And so closing this out, this has been another episode of the Constant Sports Weekly 5 as we rounded out with Man United rebounding, Paramount betting big, USL leveling up, LIV expanding, and Whoop scaling globally. So if you want to take a deeper look into sports, access the sports executives, founders, operators, investors, join us at the Constant Sports community, and we'll see you guys next week.